Alright, so these are getting into some more advanced exercises. I don't suggest these exercises if you're fresh out of surgery, getting ready for surgery, if you have recently had a shoulder injury, if you're in rehab or prehab. I would do the first video for those. But this is if you have mild, not very much shoulder pain, if you're feeling strong and good, and probably if you're doing some shoulder and chest stuff regularly anyway. The first thing that I suggest is a single arm plank. Single arm is really good for core stability as well, but it's amazing for shoulder stability. So I usually tell people, if you're not comfortable with planking or if you haven't ever done a single arm plank, to take your feet about hips width apart. The further apart your feet, the more stable you are. So all you're gonna do, try to keep the hips from swaying, try to keep them tight, shoulders over the wrists. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So you're just going back and forth. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. About 5 to 10 times each side. Good shift. If it's too much, of course, you can come to your knees, so long as your hips are in line with your shoulders and knees, and they're not all the way back here. The next one that is good that I really like also plays on the single arm plank, but we're just gonna add some resistance. You can do just out to the side, or you can do all 3 taps, which I'm gonna show you. All 3 taps help to get the anterior, the lateral, and the posterior shoulder, so you're basically working in the entire shoulder. Come into a plank, you want a little bit of resistance. You can use one of these. You can also just take, if you have a tubing, you can take your light tubing and just hold it or wrap it around your wrist, and you can do the same thing. So you don't have to go out and buy extra equipment. I just so happen to have it. So we're gonna come back into your plank. Same thing, single arm. Try not to shift the hips. Use your knees if you need to. 1, 2, 3. And then alternate. 1, 2, 3. If you need to make it a little easier, pull the band closer to your elbows. Just don't set it on the joint. Next would be an upright row to a goalpost. You can do the standing, you can do the seated, you can do it wrapped around a pole. The biggest part about it is you want your anchor point to be low. So I'm gonna kneel on my band so I can have my low anchor point. But it's an upright row, elbow in line with the shoulder, to a goalpost. So you're creating that rotation within the shoulder. That's the movement. You can do it with light dumbbells or your band, especially if you already have a band. So you're gonna pull tall, rotate up, and down. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Here, try to keep your chin tucked. It can be harder than it looks, so if you want to, if you have like a round band like this, only step on it on one part of it, or 1 foot, 1 knee, whatever, creating more length in the band. The longer the band, the easier the exercise. Finally, one amazing one that I love, again, it's a core exercise that is meant for shoulder stability, so it's kind of a 2-in-1, are walkovers. You can use a medicine ball, you can use a BOSU. If you're at home and don't have any equipment, if you're out on the road and want to do it, find a rock, like books, anything that is elevated. The higher the elevation, the more difficult the exercise. Once again, the elbows will be straight, not locked, and it's more about the rotation in the spine. So you're gonna start in a plank, both hands on one side of the BOSU, straight arm walk up, straight arm walk down. So it's more about the rotation in the spine. Don't allow yourself to just pick your hand up. So your shoulders are acting like your hips would if you were coming up steps or hiking. Thank you for watching. I hope that you find it helpful. If you have any extra questions or comments, feel free to comment below or shoot me an email. It's not that hard to find. And just let me know if you need anything. Have a good day.